Hey guys, it's me Ty. It's Big Man, and I was just gonna speak about a topic I just have in my head. Right? And this topic is just about like aggressive parenting and why aggressive parenting and violent parenting is not good for you, bro. I'll tell you the reason why. One reason why is because they make your children or people grow up to thinking violence and anger is powerful, and you should use that for success, and it always forces your way. But realistically, that's not the truth. How do they teach this? Through the violence at home, beating their kids, taking things from their kids that they shouldn't really take that away from the kids because they gave it to them in the first place, and it's for them. Telling the kids that they need to pay the bills when they're supposed to be young, like it's just be a kid. You know what I mean? Insult their kids, say they're useless and stuff like that. It's really bad. Now that's the way they bring violence into your life, violence and anger into your life, right? Because they do it out of anger, and that language is just violent and not really good, right? So I just need to say one thing, yeah? One thing I need to say is, let me tell you first, actually, why violence and anger is not a way of getting what you want, and it's not really a good way of power. Let me tell you why. First, violence. Violence is known for breaking things and hurting things. Breaking things, destroying things, you know what I mean? Hurting something. That's what violence is for. You know, people think, the reason why people think that's what you should use to force your way and make things go well for you. It's because people don't want to get hurt and they don't want their things to get broken. And if they do deny you, they may die, they may lose something in their life, they may lose their house and stuff like that, right? Just like African, like, not even, I'll just say, okay, that was just very direct. I'm black, by the way, but direct. But violent. This is how violent parents are. Like, you're to their kids. The kids don't want to deny the parents because they feel like they're gonna get abused, they're gonna get belted, they're gonna get punched, beat up. They're gonna take something away from them, take some money or something, take the PS5 away that they bought with their own money, right? Or kick them out of the house. They're scared that they'll get kicked out of the house. Very bad way on teaching kids, because that's how a lot of criminals start growing up. Not because of, and it's not even just because of their choice or them getting taught, but they're forced to live that way because that's their perspective of life, and that's the normal to them, right? So, yeah, I still haven't answered the questions. That this one thing, why do people think violence is the way to force your way? The reason why is because, like I said, people are scared. People are very scared of getting something broken or hurt, right? So they don't want to do it, and like they don't have a choice because they will lose something anyways. They may lose their life if they say no. You understand that? That's how a lot of kids feel like with violent parents. I already explained how I repeated myself twice. But yeah. Now, why does this not work? Why am I saying this doesn't work? Okay, let me explain how this doesn't work, right? First, the reason why violence is not the way, and it's not a good way to think about it. Never, I say it can work, but the chances are low, and it's not a good way of doing it. Is because you're not really the other person does have a choice. I'm sorry that I said he doesn't. They have a choice, but a lot of the time, criminals, they make it so you don't have a choice. They'll kill you, they'll rob you, they'll stab you a bit. You know, they'll make you lose something. They'll make you injured at least. It hurts. They get a stab you, right? Like a parent beating you, belting you. They want to leave a mark on you, right? And they want you to lose. That's just gonna make you lose your nice skin. You know what I mean? Your nice skin is gonna have some bruises on it. It's still good, right? Now, let me tell you, the reason why it's not a really good thing, and you don't get a lot from anger and violence, is because one, right? You don't want to work hard for what you want, so you try to force things to go your way by destroying them if they don't help you. Now, why does this not work? Right? It's because even though you're angry and violent, there's always bigger fish. You understand? Your mom will beat you because you're a kid, right? And you have nowhere else to stay, and you don't want to lose your mom, so you want to stay, or your father. Whether it's your mom or your father, right? So you wouldn't talk back, you wouldn't do anything, right? But if your mom were to act the same way to someone else, like a police officer, or maybe someone at her job, her boss, the boss will fire her. The boss has more control. And this is why violence is not really good. Violence, anger, not really good, because it never gets you anywhere. You just need to be smarter. And that's what a lot of people in violent households are missing. Emotional intellect. They don't know how to control their anger because they were raised in a household where their parents don't control their anger and they choose to lash it out on you. Like, you know what I mean? They did I catch you wanting to be shit? Like, you get smacked. Like, did I just catch you having fun? You get smacked. Like, stuff like that, bro. There's parents like that. They come back from work, they're drunk, or they're angry, the boss treated them wrong, so they lash out at you. They lash out on you, bro. Did you do anything wrong? No. And if you did anything wrong, now let me tell you this, you're a kid. They have more years than you do. They know more than you. You don't really know how bad your actions are. And instead of them sitting there and reflecting and telling you why what you're doing is wrong, and being a good role model and not being abusive and angry, they beat you and they swear at you and they say you're not gonna be shit. They kick you out the house. They don't want you. They do all these type of things, bro. And it's not healthy at all. Because when you grow up, you're gonna use that. There's a lot, I won't say you, but there's a lot of people that will grow up and they use that same violence to steal, to beat other people, up there to like, you know what I mean? Be dickheads. Be angry, bro. Be more angry and like not even selfish, just hate. Like it's not even hate, but anger. And that's why there's a lot of people, I'll say black people that do crime. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not gonna lie. The reason why is because, bro, when it comes to violence, black people are the most known. Every single time you see a movie where the parents are whooping someone's ass, the most you see is from a black parent, not from an Asian, not from an Indian, not from a white person, but from a black parent. A black parent's always beating their kids, and that's why you see a lot of black criminals because of their parenting. What they like, what's name? The influence on the beating and the violence is now getting put into everyday thing in their life because they think that's normal, but that's not normal. That's not normal. But there's bigger people out there that can stop you. Now, you may be thinking, right? Bro, even though my parents would do this and do, like, even though your parents beat you and stuff, doesn't mean you gotta do the same thing outside. That's just stupid. You know what you're doing is wrong. But let me say this, right? Let me just say this for a second, right? This doesn't just have to do with crime, but this could also do with mentality, and it could really hurt you, right? You see, if a friend just suddenly becomes snakes you, the first thing is violence for you. Is that the first thing you think in your head? Or when a girl just goes dry and when you start talking, like you actually start talking to her, you'd be like, damn, what the hell just happened? Or when you get trolled and stuff like that. Or when people like beat you up for no reason, right? You're like, damn, why is that? And what there's people out there that resort to violent language and be like disrespecting them. Oh, I need to disrespect them. Oh, I need to fight back for myself, right? Let me tell you something about that. Fighting back for yourself. Let me tell you something about fighting back for yourself and how people disrespect that the meaning to fighting back for yourself. Fighting back for yourself is not fighting for something that's already happened. Fighting back for yourself is fighting for something that's currently happening. If something has been done, if you got stabbed, right, ages ago, and then you come back and you bring a longer knife to go stab that same person, you're not fighting back. You're using anger, violence to destroy, to literally kill someone, end their life because they didn't act in a way you liked. That's the same anger thing that came to mind. The anger and violence that parents show. If you think like that, if you ever think like that, you gotta change that. Because it's not healthy at all. Why is that not healthy? Because like I said, there's bigger fish out there that can get you. And there's probably other things you could do with your life to live better. Think about the person that stabbed you. They probably wanted you to hate them. They probably wanted you to feel pain and feel scared for the rest of your life. Be traumatized. They probably wanted you to die, right? So if you live a better life and you focus on yourself, imagine how mad that would make them be. Think about this for a second. If you get better, you get a better life, you look good, you make more money. That's the best revenge. And because they stabbed you, now it won't work again. Because you know, oh, this person is capable of doing this, so I'm not gonna stay close to them. Think about that. But instead, people use anger and they keep dwelling on the past and try to go for revenge. But if you keep dwelling on the past, you will never improve. If you dwell on the past and you plot on revenge, you will never improve character-wise, your life. And when I say you wouldn't improve in the way you want to improve. If you watch a Vinland Saga, right? A saga, I don't know how you want to call it, right? Thorfinn's the main character. Thorfinn's dad died because I think his name Askell's dad killed his father. His father is Thor. Okay? Now, let me tell you, Thorfinn was plotting on revenge every single time. Just plotting and plotting and plotting, killing, getting a bunch of experience of like fighting and stuff just to try to get revenge on Axel dad. Now, he did improve with his knife skills, but I'll tell you one thing he didn't improve in: the life he wanted to actually live. You plot on revenge, you plot on anger and violence. Majority of the time, you're not living the life you want to live. Because you're too focused on trying to destroy someone else, you're not living the life you want to live. Because you're too worried about fighting a battle and fighting a war, you're not living the life you want to live. Think about that for a second. If I play Deepwoken, right? And I'm playing Charm Conflict, obviously. And I'm fighting. Actually, no, let's not do Deepwoken. Let's go Marvel Rivals. If I'm playing Marvel Rivals and I see an annoying character like Namor, right? And they switch to dive counter the whole entire time. So I have to switch off my character. It would be stupid for me to chase the Namor the whole entire time and target that one Namor, because that will tilt me and that will make me kite point and not play objectively. Cause it won't like it will be too like easy for the Namor to attract attention, and you will not get the supports. The supports will heal the tanks, and the opposite team will win objectively because that one person has so much attention. And that's the Thorfinn thing I'd say. Thorfinn started working for Askell. Think about that for a second. His anger started making Askell used Thorfinn's anger to make money. He made Thorfinn kill people, multiple people, Vikings, and he robbed people and made bank of Thorfinn's anger. He used Thorfinn based on his anger. And that's how life is. If you are angry, right? If you are angry, you can't control your emotions and body, you want to end somebody, right? You're gonna be a tiger in the cage. You're going to be a tiger in the cage. People, you can easily get lured because of your anger. People, you can easily get lured. You can easily drag attention. But if you're a human being that is smart, instead of focusing on trying to destroy the people that put you in the cage, you'll be focusing on trying to get a better life, maybe make a family, or maybe escape the cage somehow. But instead, you're focusing on trying to kill the people outside of the cage, like a bear, like a wild animal, trying to eat them. Like a wild bear, not even a tiger. I'll say like a wild bear. You'll be too focused on revenge or snakes. You see snakes. There's some snakes out there that are waiting to just snap you, eat you. Big ass snakes. Snakes is a good example. And because of their anger, they get easily controlled. This is why people like to rage bait people. Reason why, and people, I don't like this word rage bait, or right? Because rage bait, people think rage bait is so casual. Rage bait is not just, it's just a casual thing. Rage bait can go very personal, and if it gets personal, it can hurt someone's feelings so much, and they may just have to leave you for their own improvement because of what you just said or how you just disrespected them. But yeah, people rage bait you to get a reaction out of you, so you can easily get manipulated and controlled. So that's what I need to say. So what is my lesson for this video I'm making? My lesson is stop resulting in violence and anger. Control your emotions and focus on yourself. Like I said, the person that did wrong to you probably didn't want you to recover. So if you do recover and you don't show anger and violence, that makes them mad. If someone stabs you and then you heal that wound and you don't show the effect of the wound and you keep moving on with your day, and they like and they don't you don't let them stab you again. Like, you can't let them stab you again. You just don't. Think about that. They will be mad because now they made it. They feel useless. They feel useless. They feel like they have wasted their time. Now another thing I need to say is that a lot of people that have done wrong to you to get a reaction out of you mostly are angry and violent people. And those, like I said, anger and violence can make you waste your time and get manipulated easily and stuff like that, or not focus on your life. So the people that choose to rage bait you, the people that choose to steal from you, choose to wound you or try to kill you, right? Their lives are they're probably living in a bad life right now, or you could probably get a better life than them soon enough, because they're gonna put themselves in a bad place in their life. So instead of resulting in violence, move on and improve. And if you're a parent watching this or listening to this, bro, take this advice. Instead of always resorting to violence, you gotta understand your kid. And yes, there may be a lot of things that you don't like that your kid does, but remember that person is still a kid. Yeah, maybe it's a little bit too loud when you're trying to sleep for work, but you gotta also understand, right? Beating them is not the option. Beating them is not the option. Cause that means they'll be too scared to be loud, cause they don't want to lose something. If you resort to violence, they will like, oh my god, they're either gonna be too scared to be themselves, or you'll just lose them because wouldn't want to come back to you because they're hurt and they're hurt badly. Their feelings are hurt. They can't trust you, or you hurt them badly, so they're paralyzed, or they die. Try to understand your kids, bro. If they're still too loud, just try to sleep for longer. If they don't respect you and they be rude, stop giving them what they want. Because another thing about human beings, people like self pleasure and comfort, right? So if parents, if your kid disrespects you, don't resort to violence. Just make them feel a little bit uncomfortable. Take away their iPad. Take away the PS5. Take away that. But you don't need to be violent. Take away their music, their phone, if they're being too loud. This way, they'll learn how to be more quieter and respect you because they want to feel comfortable. You understand? And no one will make you feel uncomfortable if they will feel uncomfortable for themselves. I want you to think about that for a second. No one would really want to make you feel uncomfortable unless they're already uncomfortable. If they were in a comfortable position, right, and they make you uncomfortable, actually no, it's the same thing, but no one likes discomfort. That's one thing I just need to mention, okay? No one doesn't like to be uncomfortable, right? So what I'm trying to say is just make them feel uncomfortable. Don't give them what they want. Don't give them their phones. Don't give them their iPads. Take it away. And then say, if you want, just come back to them and you say, if you want your iPad back or you want your phone back, next time you need to be quieter when I need to sleep for work. And next time you need to make sure you do your chores so I can give you back your phone or your iPad. If you don't do your own chores, thing, and you also got to know your responsibilities. Your kids shouldn't be taking over your responsibilities, the bills and the dishes you left in the kitchen and the mess you've made. If you take a crap in the toilet and it stinks, you clean it. You gotta take over your own responsibilities too. So many ways you can deal with you can deal with situations without anger and violence, but we still resort to it. Please, let's stop it. Let's stop criminals, bro. Let's stop fellow black people, right? Fellow brothers and sisters, my brothers and sisters, stop. It's time. It's time to start a better generation. It's time to see more improvement.